Has Flawzilla got his reaction up yet? Oh my God. It's been, what, 2 days? Is Flawzilla, is he okay? Is he ever going to do anything? There he is. There he is right there. Are you ready to go? Let's go.
Let's get to this goddamn video. Snowflakes by Tom MacDonald. I heard that Blair White is in this video. I do know who Blair White is. I've never seen anything, but let's get into this.
If you lie to the government, they'll put you in prison. But when they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician. You think taking guns away will save our kids from the killings? But you're pro-choice, abortion kills way more children.
Oh.
America's so terrible and racist, it probably isn't safe to encourage immigration. Just saying, all the contradictions are embarrassing. You know who hates America the most? Americans.
Is that not a fucking fact? Oh my God, I used to get so mad back in like 2012, 2010, when I used to see comments that used to say,
if you don't like America so much, fucking leave.
You guys remember that? I remember that. Go on.
To be mad when I used to see that comment. I get it now. Like, it took for the shit to get this extreme for me to understand some shit like that. That person saw what was coming, obviously, because right now it feels...
It's all right. I'm taking apologies. I have been for 5 years now.
Like, you want to get rid of freedom of speech, basically, is what it feels like. That's crazy. When freedom of speech is, like, the only reason you're even able to speak that way. I have watched videos where I've seen people say,
hate speech should be illegal.
Like, what? I don't agree with any kind of...
Who's the judge and jury on what is offensive or hateful?
Hate speech, any kind of hate speech, but I'm pretty sure if you watched my videos before, you know where I stand on people being able to say whatever they want to say. Because it's just words. It's just words. Like, if I can make this noise on my mouth too. What if people hate fart sounds so much that they make that illegal? Then I just can't, I go to jail? It's not hurting anyone. You could just make people like cringe. But like, come on, this dude, I haven't even been talking about Tom. Let me talk about Tom now. Okay. The fact that this dude is basically the only person saying it, him, there might be a few more. There's no one saying it like him. They are really, really, really putting a lot on the line to speak the way that they speak. The thing about this is that they would not be able to talk the way they talk without the independence. So that is like the biggest lesson that's being taught here. More than speak your mind or feel whatever you want, have your own opinions. More than that, the message that I'm taking from this is you can't cancel someone that you have no hand in what they have. I
think a lot of people don't understand, and having been in this industry in some way, shape, or form for over 30 years,
has a direct
out and outright blackmail, intimidation, and a variety of different methods all can be employed here. All can be employed here.
Link to his fans. No matter what, him and his fans, they cannot stop him and his fans. They'd have to...
It's because he's honest with us. You know, if there's something he hasn't told us, hey, we're willing to listen. But
they turn off the internet.
As far as we know, they ain't got nothing on Tom.
To stop Tom MacDonald. That is so fire. This video is 22 seconds in, and I've already been talking for 13 minutes. Let's keep going.
Trigger warnings used to be on TV for seizures, and now they're everywhere to protect millennials' feelings. He, she, his, him, hers, them, they. Screw a pronoun, because everyone's a retard these days. Hear me?
Hold on. This dude is a genius. First of all,
I think that is second or out of, I've maybe watched 6 now, second or third one to use genius in regards to this part of the whole thing.
Steps being taken here are unreal because, first of all, no one would do it. No one would do it. People are too... It's crazy the way...
See, that's production magic right there. He gets a roll back on that. That's good. Here we go. Pussy smudge. Here we go.
First of all, the steps being taken here are unreal because, first of all, no one would do it. No one would do it. People are too... It's crazy the way this world works. So, she is trans, and her line that she's saying is he, she, him, the pronoun.
But is she trans, or isn't a trans not a...
pronoun. Everyone's a retard. That's the line that she's saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, you get the genius in that. You have to get the genius in that. Fire. Respect the Blair. Respect the Tom. Breaking down fucking barriers right now. Tolerance is that's the main.
That's like taking them right on because, they get you in that line. Well, I have some black friends. Well, dude, I do have some black friends. I've got black nephews, black nieces. I have a black wife. I've got lots of black, but they always go, oh yeah, he always says he's got black friends. We don't care what color they are. Remember when it came to race, the only ones that matter were the ones that we won. I wonder who said something like that. Let's get back to Flawzilla. Flaw, you had me worried there after going, I don't know, 48 hours and no response?
Where that should be focused on, because you don't have to like anything from anyone, but just don't try to impose on it. That's it. That's how it should be.
Yep.
You cannot expect me to take my time to learn all of that about your lifestyle when it's not my lifestyle. You want me to learn about all of it so then I can call you the right thing. Offending people by not.
I know. And then if you refuse, I'm going to lock you down, tie you up, put you in a safe room, and spoon feed it down your throat. This is where these people become totally insane, is when they start acting out physically against their mental illness. And as a person with mental illness, Tom and I, myself, Hog Nation, encourage people to seek help.
Not calling them.
We're sorry.
Not calling them what they would like to be called is crazy, because at least it made a little bit more sense when the offense was they're purposely calling you a derogatory term.
Right.
Like, even then, I think people should just not give a f. They need to stop caring about what people are saying.
Sticks and Stones Amendment.
It's crazy that the problem has become that you are not learning someone else's lifestyle, names, everything about what they like, how they live, because you're not taking the time to learn that about every single individual you cross paths with. You are phobic, basically, and you're offending them when you would rather just not even care about that part. Like, that part doesn't even matter to you. It's not bothering you. You're not cheering it on, nothing. Just live your life, do whatever you want to do. The problem has become that because you won't pay attention to it, now you're offensive. It's only okay if you shit on a straight white male's lifestyle. That's the only people that you
got a
can
surprise
shit
coming
on
up for you.
what they want.
Check it out, Flaw.
We act like everything they want is supremacy.
You're going to get a surprise.
Let's just watch the podcast. Let's give it a pleasure.
Here I'm preaching at the protest that hatred's the problem, but hating straight men, white folks, and Christians is common.
Hold on, bro. I just said that.
I
literally just said that.
I told him.
That just blew my mind. But I also want to talk about this. I like the aesthetic of this video. The silly stringing, Lady Liberty. This Tom MacDonald is trash. Lady Liberty back here with the X's on her tatas and the mask on her face. This is genius, bro. I read a comment that said, yeah, you talk about the raps a lot, but you don't say much about the video. All I can do is, I don't really know much about it. I'm not Knox Hill. Knox Hill, can tell you the feelings and the emotions behind the colors and color schemes and I don't know stuff like that, but I like this. This is fire. The North Face Gucci, no matter what, this dude is always fresh. He's always fresh in his videos.
But the thing about it, Tom could trash it all at the same time. He's got the Gucci Mickey Mouse on, and it's like at one point he says, "Hey, I earned it," So it's like he's like, ugh. If pulp culture is more towards this, and they're just being silenced by threats, physical, mental, and all sorts of. Oh my God, you wouldn't believe, anyways, whole nother story.
He talks about independence and freedom, right? But he doesn't take it to the level where it's like you don't buy brands. Rappers a lot take it to the point of
he said it
don't
better,
even buy
better
into
than me.
Fashion brands or nothing like that. But I enjoy nice clothes. I enjoy fashion. Don't think nothing crazy. But I also believe that the world is, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's hypocritical to have these beliefs and then also still be slightly a consumer. You know what I'm saying? As long as you know what you're doing, it's not the best thing, but you are a human being. You are going to fall victim to some things, and I like looking all right. I like cool clothes. I like clothes, man. Yeah. I do. Whatever. Let's keep going. I hope you can understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Flaw, we got totally what you're saying. We're with you there.
People, they should be less white. They preach intolerance, but if you disagree, they fight. There's a race war here. Elections based on fear. Black lives only matter once every 4 years.
Bam. It's like, bam, fact. Bam, red pill. Bam, bam, bam. And then Tom is doing shit that old talk radio guys that have been libertarian American at heart not playing any label games, have been trying to teach people in that generation, right, the under 45s, who've been trying to open your eyes to this stuff. But, because they had jackasses like Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, just overwhelmed the true voices of like, we're like your dads. Son, Flawzilla, he's my oldest little flaw, we called him. All right, back to it. You see what I mean there? Tom is reaching these people with stuff I've been trying to do for 20 years, but for some reason he cuts it right through.
Yo, if that isn't a fact,
a stop. At least I don't go back.
Politicians only care about black people when there's an election. That is a fact, and we see it happen over and over and over again. Yet we fall for it every single time. Hillary Clinton pulls hot sauce out of her pocket on a black radio station because there's black people around.
Truth. The fact, man. I have told people that story, and they have called bullshit on that on me. All right, man. Flawzilla, you're bucking towards number 1 or number 2 right now in the 614's Hot 5 list.
You know, I go around with my hot sauce because I'm always eating chicken.
Yep.
Like, what? You didn't bring it out anywhere else. You brought that shit out on Breakfast Club? Hot sauce? And that doesn't seem like...
Remember Biden? You ain't black. You voting for Trump?
Pandering, borderline racism. That's racist already. Yeah. If you want to go by what they say.
Yep. Hey, use their own words and rules to convict them. Flaw. Bucking for. People are saying bucking for number 1 this week.
Crazy. Joe Biden saying if you don't know whether to vote for me or Donald Trump, you ain't black.
He did it. He's got you could blame the rappers. Hoodie, sweat. Oh, I want one.
And they tell a black person that they ain't black when they're walking around with black skin, Joe Biden. What are you talking about, bro? What? Okay, let's keep going.
There's a race war.
He's like me. You get to a point, it's like, wait a minute, this ain't what this is all about. Although it is, kind of. I lost an entire YouTube channel for talking about this stuff.
On fear, black lives only matter once every 4 years. Soldiers died for this country and every one of us benefits. Give welfare to the bums and forget about the veterans. Black folks and white folks divided by the news.
Fact, absolute fact. So many homeless veterans in this goddamn country, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Veterans kill themselves at a crazy rate. It's crazy. Let's act like we support the troops. And
my daughter, Ohio National Guard, 12 years, made it the sergeant right out of 9/11, went to boot camp between junior and senior year in high school. Wanted to go Marines, wanted to kill terrorists, but because she was a head cheerleader, she didn't want to miss out, so she went National Guard because she'd be back in time to cheerlead. That generation. My daughter's generation, people that serve, those young kids, she either knows personally or knows by nose at least over 20 of her comrades that have killed themselves. I'm 57. I know 3 people. That's it. It's happening everywhere with these guys and gals.
We care about the troops. Yet, exactly those 2 things I just said have been a problem for a while, and there's nothing being done. Fuck out of here. Let's keep going.
Give them some fentanyl, too.
Ashamed to be American, okay?
It's like what the government is doing with fentanyl is like they did with crack in the black communities. It's like the same mechanism, just different people are running this hideousness.
Hey, that's cool, because honestly, we are all ashamed of you too. Y'all are so fake. Oh no, the forecast said that there be snow flakes. Whoa, you can make us see it your way. No way, gasoline and road. More flames. Oh no, no more snowflakes. They set us
That was fire. The forecast said that there'll be snowflakes. That's hard. I just wanted to say it. Let's keep going.
up to fail, that's what they built. No more snowflakes. They set us up to fail, that's what they built the system for. Put an ammunition shop across the street from a liquor store. Empowering women used to be different than this before. The role models got OnlyFans or dance on a stripper pole.
Yo, that flow, bro? That flow? That was unnecessary, Tom.
Hey, I love that post-production stuff. That all takes work, but he's right. It's like, it was unnecessary. That was so dope. It was It's overkill, brother. You need to stop murdering, stop the killing right a little before that. It was unnecessary.
Like, that's how you started the verse?
Yes.
That flow is crazy.
They set us up to fail, that's what they built the system for. Put an ammunition shop across the street from a liquor store.
Yep.
They set us up to fail, that's what they built the system for. Put an ammunition shop across the street from a liquor store.
Like rat-a-tat-tat.
You're wildin', Tom. Calm it down with that flow, bro. That flow is so menacing.
Empowering women used to be different than this
Here
before.
comes, watch.
Role models got OnlyFans or dance on a stripper pole. Screw it, I ain't tripping. I don't mean to be mean, but if our children are the future, then our future is bleak. They take an Adderall to focus, hit McDonald's to
Here it
eat.
comes.
They're addicted to phones and they take Xanax to sleep.
Yep.
They blurred the lines dividing communism and democracy. In 2021, we paint the patriots as Nazis.
That's a fact. Me and Mo say it all the time. I know what they're really trying to do here. Let's keep going.
Blurred the lines dividing communism and democracy. In 2021, we paint the patriots as Nazis. The men playing women's sports get trophies.
Here comes. Watch,
Let's
watch.
celebrate a man for beating some women.
The metaphor there. The metaphor there.
If you're
First of them to really pick up on. I know. If you missed it, I did my first reaction ever since I started doing the reactor to reactors. People have been asking me to do my own, so I did do one to this song. But it was Flaw. Only one that picked up on it like me, just the visual. Tom is like, he's a movie maker in your head sometimes. And you listen to that line again because we're being schooled on men beating women and everything. And that's what and just love seeing that. I don't do it often, but we got to just track it back to that just to watch that look on Flaw's face one more time.
in women's sports get trophies for winning. Like, great, let's celebrate a man for beating some women.
The metaphor there. The metaphor there.
If you're black, your life matters. You're supposed to embrace it. If you're rich or you're smart, then you're probably Asian.
Holy shit. If you're black and you do not embrace Black Lives Matter, you're Uncle Tom. But the thing about it is, I know right from wrong. So when I read the charter for the Black Lives Matter organization, I'm good.
It's good. Do it. Google it. Read their organizational structure. The first things they wrote in formula. Don't listen to me. You can listen to Flaw. But just Google it. Not for me.
I'll pass on that.
If you're gay, then you're brave. All of that I'm okay with. But if you're white, the stereotype is you are a racist. Blaming capitalism like that's the reason things are tough. While you tweet from an iPhone and sip on a Starbucks. You're supporting
The fake activists are only activists online, basically, or in giant groups, because the bullying that these mobs are doing, online and offline, the bullying that they're doing, they could never.
Physical bullying. The stuff that's going on offline, like coming to people's homes, things being done to people's family, kids, their place of work. I mean, you see it done to famous people, politicians. They're doing it to just every Joe, Mr. Smith down the road with his 5-year-old daughter, Nancy. And no, they're getting bad people really bad.
Take themselves, so they only do it when they're in a mob. You can watch video after video after video. Watch a video when they're
literally like a pack of hyenas. If you study crowd behavior along with animal pack behavior, it's exactly what you see with a lot of these people, unfortunately.
There's one of them, and watch a video when there's a group of them. Look how the dynamics change. They're victims when there's one of them. They're bullies when there's a bunch of them.
Yep.
Always. Let's keep going.
the reason things are tough. While you tweet from an iPhone and sip on a
It's politics discussion with Flaw and Dirt.
Starbucks. You're supporting what you stand against. You don't think you are, but a Percocet addict don't donate money to pharma. Damn, dog.
Oh.
We're all the
A Percocet addict don't donate money to pharma.
damn, dog.
Think about that. Do you know that Big Pharma was backing the far left, Biden and all the far left candidates? The drug companies were backing them because the former president had been cracking down on them, making them charge us the lowest price they charge any country in the world. That's where the money went. These are the people with the fentanyl.
Dog, we're all afraid to speak the truth. And the more afraid we get, the more we hate the ones who do. You're ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Because honestly, we are all ashamed of you too. Y'all are so fake. Oh no. Whoa. You can make us see it your way. No way. Gasoline and probe. More flames. Oh no. No more snowflakes. We can all get along, but there's no stopping.
What is that?
Everybody's wrong. That's a real problem.
that siren bunch of people when I did my review of this. Yes, my own reaction, just reacting to me. Someone said I should do a reaction to me reacting to my reaction of Tom, but that'd be even crazier than it is. This siren, though, I guess is from The Purge. People told me The Purge. It was a movie right now. It was a movie, yeah, The Purge.
Problem. They don't want to hear it, but they still talking. Soon enough, we running out of options. This ain't gonna end till it's in the coffin. We ain't gonna be friends till we try to squash it. I don't know how we can make amends or we drop it.
Is it me? Are those like some flows like from some of his big songs right there?
Snowflakes melt when it's hot, kid.
Oh
no. The forecast said that there be snowflakes. Whoa. You can make us see it your way. No way. Gasoline and propane. More flames. Oh no. No more snowflakes.
Fire. No.
What did you just run to? Wait.
I didn't notice that either. I did not notice that. You're right. Check him out. He runs away.
Like that. What was that about? I need an answer to that question. What the hell? Nigga just dips. Like the police is really after him?
Okay, so
Wild. You did it again, bro. I see why it's doing the numbers it's doing and why people were rushing me to get this reaction out. I get it because I've been recording for 37 minutes and I could have said more. I love the bar where you said snowflakes melt when it gets hot, kid. That's a fact, bro.
Yep.
They melt under pressure. These people fold under pressure every single time because they're not real activists. They're not really about what they're talking about. They just want to be a part of something and they're angry. That's all it is. That's all it is, and you can see it because they don't have the knowledge.
It's like, I say it's like Revenge of the Nerds. It really is. But you have to think about that for a bit.
Of even the situations that they're fighting about. They see the headline.
The lunatics have taken over the asylum.
And they fight for that. And they only do it for about a week.
Then they're on to the next victim, and they don't have any account for the people they're hurting. Like, hurting physically, mentally.
Or while it's relevant, they just like the attention and they like the aggression. They like the just
like a shot of dopamine.
I don't know. You can tell what it is though. I'm not a psychologist, but you can. Yeah. It is what it is, bro. This song.
I don't know. See, do we just say it is what it is and move along? When do we stand up and say no? You're wrong. Something wrong or something sick with you. Seek some help. I don't know. Do we keep rolling with that? It is what it is. Rock on. Do your own thing, dude. I don't like being put in this position either.
It's real. The message sounds like it's hard, but what he's saying is very, very logical. It just sounds angry. He's saying it angrily because it needs to be heard like that. People just don't want to hear it. The conversations at least need to be had.
Yeah, they've shut off all conversation, all debate. And we're not supposed to get angry and frustrated that you won't even listen to anything we have to say. Give us at least face value, especially if we're like your blood. The fact they've torn blood apart is just like the Civil War. And people in my family on both sides.
The reason the conversations aren't being had is because the people that are trying to take action for all these things are not even doing their due diligence. They're not doing the research on the subjects. They're not doing anything. They just hear something. Oh, racist?
You're right. Let's go.
There's so many different reasons that it's happening. There's the white people that the white guilt puts them into action. They have black friends and they want to be a part of something. Black people who are really angry.
It's everybody too. It's everybody. You know, that's another thing with people like Flaw. It's like it keeps my eyes focused even a little bit wider than what I intentionally hope that I am doing. But peace then. This is awesome.
Yeah, some treatment that they had from a minority number of white people, but they're trying to take it up with all white people because of things that they're seeing on TV, the way the media is portraying the relationship between black people and white people.
Which is far from the truth. Is far from the truth. Again, these people on the Twitter, it's this Twitter mob. It's literally 5 to 10 million people that think they are the reflection pool of all 300 million of us. Just because their voices are louder. It's like with really militant, extreme, violent practices that are distorted of Islam, the ones that are doing the truck bombs and blowing things up. Those people are what, 5%, 3%, 4%? But there's a billion people, so it ends up being a lot. And then there's a certain percentage that agree with those guys. They don't want to get in trouble, though, and that's, maybe another 6, 7, 8, 9%, so you're looking at maybe 15%. But they're a loud voice because they're violent. Same on this side. Usually cut it off, but Flaw, again, you had me fucking worried. I made a comment, like I went to the very last comment, again, said, hey, you all right, brother? Yeah, I've been watching all your videos. I know there's, you got me in my prayers, so I was just concerned about you.
Like, there's a lot of different reasons for it, but I see through all that. Obviously, Tom sees through all that because it's logic. All it takes is logic to understand that. You know what I'm saying? So you did it again, Tom. Not gonna lie. It honestly sounds similar to fake woke. The beat and the vibe of it, it's a fake woke. It's almost like a series. I like it. I like the message. I understand why it's doing the numbers it's doing. It needs to be heard. There's nobody saying this. There's a lot of scared rappers out here who actually feel the same way, but they're just not saying it. Whatever though. There's a lot of scared people out here who actually feel the same way, but just aren't saying it. And I understand why, because everyone can't afford to get canceled. Everyone cannot afford to lose everything. That's why there's people like Tom.
Well, I lost 10,000 subscribers, thousands of hours of work, and I wasn't making any money off it to begin with. I was doing it just for fun and love, but, I didn't make any money off of it for 12 years. I'm going to keep doing what I was doing anyway. So it's like Tom's giving me the inspiration just to stand my ground and not even worry about what the heck people say any longer. Go ahead and cancel me.
Tom and Donald, that's why there's people like Burden, that's why there's people, I guess, kind of like me, maybe? 40K subs, that's a lot of people I'm talking to, you know what I'm saying? Got a lot of people behind.
I'm almost my first K, like you were, brother, almost there. Like, I think we're all just about to.
All right, kiddos, you made it to the end. A lot of you have been saying, Dirk, why don't you just do a reaction yourself? So I'm going to start doing secret reactions. If you want to hang around for another 10, 15 minutes, this is my reaction to this one. Whatever you do, do not copy, post, share, like, or comment on this part of the video. No, do that. In fact, if you just want to share just this reaction, if you're on the desktop version, right-click anywhere in the center of this video, and it will give you the choice to copy URL at the current time. That way you can send it to somebody. I mean, if you think this reaction is like the culture, it's not. Actually, folks, this is my very first reaction. But I don't know about you, I had no idea this was coming. I went online I haven't been in Vegas, had a great time. And I'll make Las Vegas part of my story time. And I've said, story time is coming your way as soon as I get to 1,000 subscribers. Now, all right, so enough delaying, folks. Let us get to Tom MacDonald.
If you lie to the government, they'll put you in prison. But when they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician. You think taking guns away will save our kids from the killings? But you're pro-choice, abortion kills way more children. If America's so terrible and racist, it probably isn't safe to encourage immigration. Just saying, all the contradictions are embarrassing. You know who hates America the most? Americans. Trigger warnings used to be on TV for seizures.
Wait. That's not triggering. No, that's taking a spear and just pounding somebody. Maybe not hitting the heart, but right in the chest, just popping holes in. The abortion. After the abortion thing, my mind is just because I'm thinking almost as good as the best one though is if it's life on Mars. Why isn't it a person here? But that. Oh, somebody. Again, I could Google it, but I'm a lazy old talk show host. Somebody told me that is a famous trans person right there. I don't know if in the wrestling world or the music world. Fill me in with the comments down there. Holy crap. All right. Hey, wait a minute. I'm doing the reaction so I can roll back anytime I want. That's whenever I'm reacting to a reactor, I try not to roll back because it's already going to be long. But okay, let's get this intro again. All right. God damn time.
Americans, trigger warnings used to be on TV for seizures. It probably isn't safe to America's so terrible and racist. Choice abortion kills way
once again.
Taking guns away put you in prison. But when they lie
once again, Tom just does everything that just works. How many songs does he just like drop the beat right at the beginning? When I was a music director in alternative radio, it's like if your beat started going about 30 seconds before it's into it and it doesn't even get me bumping my head or moving, but Tom throws it down. Here we go. Right.
If you lie to the government, they'll put you in prison. But when they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician. You think taking guns away will save our kids from the killings? But you're pro-choice, abortion kills way more children.
Think about that. You know, people will hear 300 people killed in Chicago this year, 444 killed in Chicago, 37 shootings in the south side of San Francisco last night. You never hear 1,080 children killed in the womb today across the country. And kids don't even realize it's that bad. They go, well, I'll be up in arms over, and it's all bad. But no, they don't even realize it's... I'm not going to throw numbers at me until I have officially, because they'll fact check every little thing, but I think everybody gets the drift. Knocked it out of the park again, Tom.
We'll save our kids from the killings, but you're pro-choice, abortion kills way more children. If America's so terrible and racist, it probably isn't safe to encourage immigration.
This country sucks. Hey, everybody, come this way over here. We suck. You're going to get here, and people are going to hate you and try to chase you down and hang you. But come on, we'll pay for your health care if they kick your asses. Liars, every single one.
Just saying, all the contradictions are embarrassing. You know who hates America the most? Americans. Trigger warnings used to be on TV for seizures, and now they're everywhere to protect millennials' feelings.
You remember that? They found out, like, even video games would cause, and then people started, like, bombing people they didn't like and giving them, but yeah. There's a cuss word. When did the far left become the moral of police? At the same time they're killing babies, doing drugs, and encouraging child promiscuity. But all of a sudden they're the moral majority. They flipped it out.
He, she, his, him, hers, them, they, screw a pronoun.
Okay. All right. I try not to do post-production because, again, I've told you about my anxiety and thinking things have to be perfect, so sometimes I just throw it out there, but I really want to Google because I know I heard somebody, it wasn't Flawzilla because I haven't done him yet, pointed out that is a famous trans person. And you can,
These days, hear him preaching at the protest.
There, you hear that voice? All right? It's that deep, hang on. It's that deeper voice, and it's just like done back with a lot of harmonics or overdubs on it, but it's kind of like this. See? Come on.
This is common. Coca-Cola telling people they should be less folks and Christians is common. Coca-Cola telling people they should be less.
Here it is.
These days, hear him preaching
these
at the
days.
protest. Hey, screw a pronoun, cause everyone's a retard these days. Hear him preaching at the Hey, screw a pronoun, cause everyone's a retard these days. Everywhere to protect millennials.
There's sound.
He, she, his, him, hers, them, they, screw a pronoun, cause everyone's a retard these days. Hear him preaching at the protest.
Yeah, that's
the problem, but hating straight men, white folks, and Christians is common. Coca-Cola telling people they should be less white. They preach intolerance, but if you...
Yeah, well, you know, the thing switched to Pepsi, and then I looked it up. Pepsi was doing the same thing Coke was with the Coke woke stuff, so... but it is in the message to Coke, that's for sure.
Disagree, they fight. There's a race war here. Elections based on fear. Black lives only matter once every 4 years. Country and
being exploited. Just summertime every 4 years.
One of us benefits, give welfare to the bums and forget about the veterans. Black folks and white folks divided by the news, but we are all the same. We are red, white, and blue. Ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Cause honestly, we are all ashamed of you too.
Y'all are so fake. Oh no, the forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa, you can make us see it your way. No way. Gasoline and propane, more flames. Oh no, no more snowflakes.
They set us up to fail, that's what they built the system for. Put an ammunition shop across the street from a liquor store. Empowering women used to be different than this before. The role models got OnlyFans or dance on a stripper pole. Screw it, I ain't tripping, I don't mean to be mean, but if our children are the future, then our future is bleak. They take an Adderall to focus, hit McDonald's to eat. They're addicted to phones and they take Xanax to sleep. They blurred the lines dividing communism and democracy. In 2021, we paint the patriots as Nazis. The men...
Looking at their phones like zombies. I was just in Vegas. It was open up. It was totally free. 100% no mask wearers, except for maybe 5% or less than that, and half of them from cultures that typically would wear masks in a urban setting like that. Hundreds and hundreds, probably a couple 100,000 people in Vegas over the weekend. But these
These people, not just kids, there were the selfie girls. I never knew the selfie girls were like such a huge, girls, super tight dresses just over their butts. And they're skinny as hell, and they're all made up, and they're like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and they're all staring at their phones, looking down, just walking really fast in high heels, and then they'll stop, and they go, and their friends will go, and then, they were everywhere. But even adults, staring at their phones, sitting down on the park bench, even couples walking hand in hand, staring at they're in their own little zones. We're already in the frickin' Matrix, people. It was weird. All right.
Playing women's sports, get trophies for winning. Like, great, let's celebrate a man for beating some women. If you're...
Oh my God, let's celebrate a man for beating some women. That has so many pictures. These are the people that argue just to get women a fair chance in the same opportunities and expenses and backing. And now they're just blowing up the women's sports that they worked so hard over a couple decades to do this. They blow it up. They're just anything to blow up our culture, anything to demoralize us. They're just doing this for fun. Now, most of the 8% minions are just going, oh, I believe this, but there's an evil 10-15% that they're just going, let's make them all wear masks. Look at them. Oh, Tom.
If you're black, your life matters, you're supposed to embrace it. If you're rich or you're smart, then you're probably Asian. If you're gay, then you're brave, all of that I'm okay with. But if you're white, the stereotype is you are a racist. Blaming...
Man, say that we like to eat corn and potatoes all the time, or say that we're really stupid, or say that we're tight with money, but for crying out loud, you're easy on everybody else, but we're racist. And we're the ones that freed the slaves. My family and the Northeasterners worked tirelessly, even during the forming of the Constitution, to get freedom for everybody.
From an iPhone and sip on a Starbucks, you're supporting what you stand against. You don't think you are, but a Percocet addict don't donate money to pharma. Oh. We're all afraid to speak the truth.
And where did the political money for Big Pharma go to? And where did Big Pharma put that money? Right into the far left's campaign these past 2 years. So follow the money. First they did crack to the black people in the zones, especially in the West Coast and then New York City and the East Coast, to support their operations down in Central America. And then the other administration came in and they took their revenge, and now they started doing the opiates and then the fentanyl into our poor communities, poor white communities. It's just revenge going on, and then it stirs up everything between all of us. In the meanwhile, MI-16 is being imported back into this country. Tom talks about stuff I would get kicked off of YouTube for.
And the more afraid we get, the more we hate the ones who do. You're ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Because honestly, we are all ashamed of you too.
Y'all are so fake. Oh no, the forecast said that there'd be snow. You can make us see it your way.
You can't make us see it your way. Because your way's insane. It's flipped upside down, so we say.
No way. Gasoline and grow. More flames. Oh no. No more snowflakes.
I have to tell you, if you're listening to the audio on your phone or even your computer or semi-cheap, you've got to put on the lids, put on the bud, and crank it, because there's so much stuff musically going on. Tom's lyrics get the most shout-outs, but some of his arrangements are, and this is one of them.
You all get along, but there's no stopping.
A siren, siren. There is a siren, like one of those old 1960s Cold War.
Wrong, that's a real problem. They don't want to hear it, but they still talking. Soon enough, we running out of options. This ain't gonna end till it's in the
siren right there again.
Coffee. We ain't gonna be friends till we try to squash it. I don't know how we can make amends or we drop it. Snowflakes melt when it's hot, kid.
Y'all are so fake. Oh no, the forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa.
Tom equals trash. Oh, they got the Statue of Liberty. Where's the... Right up there. See? It's like her breasts are exposed. Because our society, like Tom always points out, is just... They're doing this to our children.
You can make us see it your way. No.
Right there, that cut happens, and it's like she edits it into the boom. Just fantastic transition. That is what
Nobody.
Gasoline and propane, more flames. Oh no, no more snowflakes.
There's that name. Hashtag Novarockafeller. Also, I've got to find out the whole deal on this trans person that's in this video that's supporting Tom up here at the last, and there's lots of shots in this, but so this is really kind of how many, like, you know, straight males think this is a hot chick and they don't know the story. But watch this last flash. It's like total hot model pose going on. See if I can catch it here for you, and then we'll get done with this because you made it all the way to the end. Right there. That looks like it's in a basement, just like in Tom's basement. I know the size of the house that he's in, and that looks like it could be just his basement, which would be a perfect place to do a studio set in a big empty basement. But how many don't know this is a trans performer? I gotta go. I can't Google it anyways. But yeah, Tom's kind of showing that, hey, we're all people. You know what I mean? All right, that's it. You made it to the end. Boom, you got to subscribe. That's the rules. Like, share, blah, 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 blah. God bless you all. Peace, love, understanding, peace, and unity. Stop hate. Stop racism. As Tom would say. That was a crazy one. That's my first reaction. No. First time I myself reacted to one. It probably sucks, though. God, how long did that go for? A long time.
Coming up on 500, halfway there. Don't forget, if I get to 1,000, I will do story time, and it could be hours long.
I mean, so I guess like people like me, I appreciate that. I love you.
And I appreciate the love you gave me back on the first one.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I drop. But before I go, make sure.
All right, we know the drill, folks. Again, thank you so much for being here, for showing the love around. If you did not miss, I did strip it out solo, but if I have time before I post this, I'm going to tag my reaction. First time I've ever done a reaction to Snowflakes by Tom. It's on my channel, but I'll tag it at the end of this video if I got the processing speed to do it and render it within a reasonable amount of time. All right, man. I'm getting worried about him. He killed it.